Let's go back to SOHCAHTOA. What is the secant? Well, it's the reciprocal of the what? Sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant. So it's hypotenuse over what? Adjacent. So the secant, let's go over here. So secant, let's just write it over here, is the reciprocal of this guy. Cotangent, secant. And the secant is equal to h over a, which is equal to the square root of 4x squared plus 1 over 1, or the square root of 4x squared plus 1. So I can put what right here? Secant. So using these three things, and I'm going to go to the next page, and I'm going to say x is equal to 1/2, I don't forget, tangent of x, and dx is equal to 1/2 secant squared of x, and secant is equal to, secant of theta is equal to the square root of 4x squared plus 1. Using these three things that we ascertained from the first page, the front page of this page, we can rewrite antiderivative of dx over the square root of 4x squared plus 1, make sure I wrote that down right, as the antiderivative of dx over what? Alright, now do something with that. You should be able to do something with that. If you can't do something with that, then yes, you need to get your cardboard box ready. Because you're well on your way to living in that ditch. And working at Target, right?
That's not a bad life.
He's not even listening. I was picking on you.
Got it.
Target, I think Target's a good place to work. The women are hotter than Walmart, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Walmart's getting to be skank town, I'm sorry. Walmart has turned into a ghetto, I'm sorry. I don't care where you have, I don't even believe Hilton Head Walmart. I mean, I believe it's probably done gone, I don't know what it is, but. I mean, I went to the Hartville Walmart the other night, and it was even, and the Hartville Walmart pretty decent. 1/2 comes out, and that gives you secant squared of x over secant of x. And of course that cancels. And 1/2 antiderivative of the secant of x. And y'all help me out, what is secant tan? So that'd be 1/2 the absolute value, wouldn't it? Of secant tan. And there's only one more step, and that is, secant plus the tangent, is take your secant tan and plug it back in. And what's your secant? Square root of 4x squared plus 1, and what's your tan? You have to, tan is equal to what, 2x? Y'all help me out there. So 1/2 antiderivative of square root of 4x squared plus 1 plus 2x. plus what? Don't forget to do that, the plus C, or I will mark it wrong. So, you set up the trig, then you substitute the trig, and then what do you do at the end? Substitute back in, just like you did with UDU. Remember the UDU, you would change it to U, then you would go back and put the U back in. Same thing here. You change it to trig sub, and then you go back and change it back. Now, it kind of helps. What helps? This right here helps. Let's take our red marker, and this guy kind of helps you know what to do based on this right here and your SOHCAHTOA. I don't know what that means. And your SOHCAHTOA in relation to this guy right here, Okay. Basically, the tie-in here and here is based on your box, the rules for trig substitution. And this, you learn back in trig. And you have to set that relationship up. So you think that cardboard box is getting a little bit comfortable? It's always easy to what? Quit. There you go. You're learning. Dx over x squared plus 1 to the 3/2 power. I want y'all to do this one. First thing you want to do is make that 3/2 into what? Radical, Hubert. That's right, class, because you know your rules are in terms of radicals. Oh. Yeah, I went to Target the other night, me and my daughter, and that's what we usually do because she knows I'll buy her stuff. So, I was in the candle section because I like to buy candles.
Good.
Met 2 women in the candle section.
Right. Nice.
Yeah. At least I know their house smells good if they buy candles.
Depends on if they buy lighters or not.
Huh?
So it depends on if they buy lighters or not.
Yeah, that's true. They may just leave them sitting in the window. So that would be the square root of x squared plus 1 to the 3rd power. Working with the tangent again because it's going to be plus. So y'all should be able to knock this one out real easy. Went to Tractor Supply yesterday, or the day before, it was Sunday. I think it was Sunday. And there was this truck in the parking lot. I parked right where I could see it. I wanted to see who come out of the Tractor Supply and got in. They never did come out. So anyway, it not only had the ultra big tires on it and the 15-foot lift kit, it also had 2 smokestacks coming out of it. But these were not just smokestacks. These smokestacks were at least 6 foot higher than the cab, the roof of the cab of the truck. So these were ultra retarded smokestacks.
What kind of truck was
I'm not going to tell you. Somebody might know somebody. So it is a white F-250. I mean, if you don't put all that on it, at least make it dual. I mean, shut up. This guy's getting on my nerves. I mean, I do teach for a living, and he just keeps calling and keeps calling and keeps calling. These things were like 6 foot high. So the cab was probably, you know, I don't know what your standard cab is, but this had the 15-foot lift kit on it, so it was already, I don't know, 8 foot off the ground. So and then you had 6 foot, so then they were topping 14 foot. Never did see who got in it. I was wanting to video it and see if it was a short, bald-headed guy.
it? It was a standard cab?
I really don't remember that.
There's I don't know, there's one that runs around easily, it's a white F-250, it's got like 40s on it.
Yeah, it probably was. But this guy, have the, I mean, these smokestacks were tall.
I haven't seen any stacks on mine, but it may have put some on.
Oh, yeah. It helps the power.
Somebody with a big center, like, in the, like, right in the middle of the cab, the black one.
That even makes more sense.
They had a
Yeah,
big,
that makes more sense.
big foot wide smokestack. They were going around TCTC with a foghorn on their truck, blowing it off in the parking lot one day.
Sounds like a real winner.
Yeah, black smoke and a loud foghorn.
Oh, they put chips in trucks now to make smoke black.
You have to refill the little can at the bottom of the smokestack with all your stuff.
Yep. Don't know why you want to do that. I mean, maybe it's some kind of,
Oh, no, the black smoke's side effect from the chip. Basically what it does is it remaps the PC to dump more fuel in it,
yeah.
to make more power. I mean, it works.
I thought the smokestack made more power.
Yeah, 20 horsepower apiece, but that and as many stickers.
What if you have a butterfly on? If you have a butterfly at the top, does that hinder the power?
Tips,
Or does that make more power?
That hinders the power.
Oh, it hinders the power.
If anybody's thinking about getting stacks, I mean, that just takes off like 500 horsepower. Down the track.
You might have too much if you put too many stacks. Maybe you put 3 smokestacks. Would that make it
I've never
triple the power?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's all I got. That's all I got. I actually had like a chimney, like a bricked up chimney. He had a stack on it. I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so this is tangent because it's plus, and this is basically, let's see if I can rewrite this, dx over the square root of x squared plus 1 to the 3rd power. Is that good? So therefore, your x is x, and a is 1. Yep. So x, 1, and this is the square root of x squared plus 1. And to make life easier, we might want to put that 3 on the outside to make life easier on us, like that. So we know that the tangent of theta is equal to Oscar had a hump of apple. I'm sorry, Sokotoa. Toa be x over 1. So multiply both sides by 1. And x is equal to tan of theta. Therefore, dx, what's the antiderivative of tan of theta? Secant squared of theta, Hubert. And we know that this is equal to the secant square root of x squared plus 1 is equal to the secant. So secant is equal to, secant of theta is equal to the square root of x squared plus 1, or secant is equal to Oscar had a hunk A be this over this, which is that. So now you can take all this information and finish the problem. I just got to remember what the problem is. So let's take this up here. And the problem is the antiderivative of the dx of the square root of x squared plus 1 to the third power. So that's going to give us dx is what? Secant squared of x over what? Secant what? Cubed, Hubert. And that would be the same thing as secant cubed of x. So antiderivative of secant squared of x over secant cubed of x will give us what? 1 over the secant of x, which is equal to reciprocal identity, should be what? Cosine?
Yeah.
So the antiderivative of the cosine of x is what? Sine of x plus c. And in that case, we need to find the sine of x. And what is the sine? Oscar had?
Opposite over.
So Oscar had, let's go back. Oscar had, so that over that. So that'd be x, so x over the square root of x squared plus 1. And you could rewrite that rationalizing the denominator, which would be a mess, but I don't know what they want, so let me see what the answer is in my notes. Yeah, that's it. X over the square root of x squared plus 1 plus c. Now there's two tangents. You should be able to knock out tangent real easy. So I need to discourage you with something else. Oh, this is a mess. You can try it. I don't know. I don't know if some of y'all might head on to the ditch on this one. Antiderivative of square root of x squared minus 3 over x dx. Now take a minute and see if you can work with it. You know that it's x minus a. So x minus a is going to give you what? Some form of the secant. And you know that by your little box. Oscar had a hunk A, so that means you've got the hypotenuse over the adjacent. The reason we didn't have class last Thursday is I had a virus. That sucker knocked me out from Wednesday night till Sunday. It wasn't the flu, it was just a virus. I don't know what it was, but it was rough. I got out of bed, I finally got out of bed Sunday. Worship porcelain goddess for 3 daggone days. Finally got tired of running to the bathroom, so I just put a 5-gallon bucket beside the bed.
Oddly, I believe that.
What?
I said oddly, I believe that.
Well, why run back and forth to the bathroom? I mean, you feel like crap already, unless you just want to feel like more crap. So I just put a 5-gallon bucket beside the bed. I thought it might have been food poisoning, but my son ate everything I ate that day, so he didn't get sick. So it wasn't food poisoning, it was a virus. So I must have picked it up from one of y'all, doorknob, bathroom, something. I picked it up from a student or something. Oh, y'all, it's all Bush's fault. All right, now by the little chart here on page 478, x is equal to a secant of theta. So write that down. X is equal to a secant of theta. So we've got to find out secant of theta.
That's sine theta.
Huh?
Okay, no.
You should say secant.
I was looking at it.
Secant theta, cardboard box, x over a. So we got dang old fine, there's dang old x. So let's rewrite this as square root of x squared minus the square root of 3 squared over x. So x is equal to x, and a is equal to what? Square root of 3 here. So x over square root of 3 is equal to the secant of theta. We know that the secant, by our trig definition, what is our secant? Oscar had a hunk A, so hunk A. So x is your what? X is your what? Hypotenuse, Hubert. That's right, class. And what is square root of 3? Your adjacent. Because your little man on theta always has his foot on the hypotenuse and the adjacent. So, matches up. So what is your opposite side? What is it? Square root of x squared minus 3, right? Yes, you. Thank you, class. Crap. Just want to erase that. Wrong place. Alright, so your secant of theta is equal to this, so we need to take, let's see, x, a secant of theta, so x is equal to secant of theta, and then dx, you need to find dx of secant of theta. And dx is going to be square root of 3 secant tangent, if you take the derivative of the secant. So x is equal to, multiply by the square root of 3, square root of 3 secant of theta. Therefore, dx is equal to the square root of 3 times secant tangent theta. Now all we have to find is, what is the square root of x squared minus 3? Or we could, let's see, divide by the square root of 3. I'm just thinking out loud. Got the square root of x squared over 3 minus 3. The tangent would be, Oscar had a hunk of apple. Yeah, square root of x squared minus 3 over the square root of 3 would be your tangent. So that would help us too, down here. So the tangent would be, tangent of theta is equal to, Oscar had a hunk of apple, square root of x squared minus 3 over square root of 3. You could rationalize the denominator on that, but right now we just, so here's what we need to do our dx and all that good stuff. We've got to plug everything in. So we've got the square root of x, multiply this by 3, so that'd be the square root of x squared minus 3 is equal to the square root of 3 tan, and then dx is equal to this. So that's going to be that, and then x is equal to this. So that's gonna be that. So go ahead and plug everything in. And that's the easy part. Write this down here. So, antiderivative of the square root of x squared minus 3 dx over x. Oops, that's z. So, I'm going to go right here and I'm going to say multiply both sides by square root of 3. So this is equal to that. So the square root of 3 tan of theta is equal to the square root of x squared minus 3. So that's going to be square root of 3 tan of theta here. I'm going to put brackets right there. And then dx, right here, I'm going to put in parentheses. Dx is equal to all of this. So square root of 3 secant theta tan theta all over what? Square root of 3 secant of theta. And of course the 3's cancel. Square root of 3's you can factor out up here and take that out. So these cancel. So that's going to leave you with tangent. You're seeing, let's see. Now you're going to have to distribute that to get it to cancel. Tan secant, tan tan. No.